Welcome, everybody. We are back from our winter break. This is a wonderful year of 2020. This is the Call on Me podcast. Real people, real life, real conversations. Of course, I got my people with me. I got King, got Miss Monica.
Hey.
And we got a special guest.
Special? What do you mean?
Special guest.
Define special.
Tammi.
What's up?
So today we discussing who helps to help. You know, I'm sure all of us are used to helping people out, and from time to time people may help you, but there's also some of us that feel like we are the only people that help, and then when we need help, there's nobody to turn to. So Tammi, we're gonna start it off with you.
Oh, really?
How you feel about that? Who actually helps to help?
It's a good question. So prior to starting the recording, people were giving their opinion. King and Monica were giving their opinion about who actually helps to help, and I don't know. As a helper, it's difficult to identify someone to actually help me
When you need it. Do you feel that you should ask for help when you need it, or are you along the thought process of people should just know that you need help and should come and help?
Well, I think I set myself up if I think that people should just automatically know I need help. It's difficult to ask for help because people often depend on me
to help.
And so even when I'm indirectly asking for help, most people don't catch on.
I can dig that.
And even though they might not deliberately do that, I don't think most people catch on because they're so used to me saying, "What do you need? How can I help you?" Or
yeah,
me.
I mean, stuff like that. It make me think about. I wasn't even thinking about it until just now. Like growing up, I always looked at my mama as Superwoman. I'm so used to her, working, doing everything around the house, at all my games, picking me up from practice, another 16-hour shift, and all of this, and we just thinking like, oh.
That's what you're supposed to do.
For her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're not even thinking about it like, damn, man, she probably tired as hell.
Yeah. That's what I tell the boys. Y'all I don't come home and say I'm tired or I'm sleepy, or because I never heard my mother or my grandmother say that. Mm-hmm. So y'all assume that I don't need help around here because I don't say anything. But if you see things, do them. Help doesn't always have to be monetary. It could be anything. It could be the dishes. It could be sweeping the floor. It could be laundry. But yeah, who helps the helper?
Well, I kind of think that the average person when it comes to helping is stuck in that 12, 13-year-old phase. Mm-hmm. When we're 12 or 13 years old, what are we thinking about? Self. How can someone help me? What can I get from someone else? So I think the average relationship is built on a 12 or 13-year-old mentality. So your children, your parents, your friends are often stuck in that mentality of what can I get? And they don't mean anything by it. I really think that's just
codependent on the helper.
Mm-hmm.
I also think when you're a genuine helper, then you want genuine help. Mm-hmm. You don't want a person to just help because I'm gonna just do it. Like, no, if you didn't really want to do it, then I could have just did it myself, tired or not.
But that's also the issue as a helper. You tend to, because no one's going to do it like you or think like you.
You just do it yourself.
You end up doing it yourself and then you're frustrated. So it's just a vicious cycle.
At work doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really get frustrated, but I don't know. It's just like two sides of the coin because it's like when I help somebody, I'm not doing it from a place of, well, I'm doing it now so that
to tell you later.
You're going to help me later. Yeah. I'm doing it on the strength. But sometimes when you got a situation and you thinking like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. You ain't even offer.
Exactly.
You heard me say I gotta work. Can you get the kids?
You don't owe me. Which we've done, but
you don't owe me.
Damn. Or that takes me to financial. Like I've never tripped about money and helping people, especially when you got money just sitting. I'm not doing nothing with it. I can help you out. But when it turns into a thought process that, well, Danny got it, he cool.
Codependent on
so
your cash.
I ain't got to give it back, Danny, he cool. You know what I mean? Or
you
just see it from the outside and think everything cool.
Exactly.
But you don't know what my bank account might be at the negatives or it might be $5 left, but you just assume that
because I gave it to you, I had it to give.
And
I'm not
like
doing
how
it
it is with the closest people, people that are closest with you.
Come on, church,
are worse than the people
pastor,
in your outer circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had this conversation with one of my friends because she said you have to stop loaning out money. And the worst part is you have 5 kids and the people that are borrowing from you are men with like 1 child and never pay back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, and it doesn't matter that they're a man or a woman, but
in society it does.
It does exactly. But not even that they don't pay back is, oh, you ain't tripping. You got it. You don't know what all I got going on.
Yeah, but who are you to count my coins?
Yeah, you don't know what. But it's the principle of you feel like you don't have to give it. You never said that when you borrowed it. You didn't say, hey, I need this. I don't know when I'm going to give it back. And I know you don't need it back. No, you wait until you've went way past the deadline of return.
Yeah, exhaust all the options.
And then you don't need it. Or this. You go out with your buddy. They don't have no money. I'll pay for dinner. And then 2 days later, you see them on the internet.
Stunting.
Splurging.
Stunting.
I bought baby 2 bears, some shoes, some Air Maxes. And
when you see them, they act like they didn't borrow anything from you or that you didn't do anything for them.
Or this. Hey.
Or that you wrong if you asked for it.
I ain't forget about you. You ain't got to keep telling me you didn't forget about me.
Just put it in my hands.
No, my favorite is check your account Tuesday. Tuesday come and goes.
You a date.
You see them on Wednesday. Yeah. They don't say anything to you.
Nothing.
So you just kind of let it go. You know, imagine being the one who, you know, is more financially sound. And when you tell someone no, they tell you think you better than us.
And then they need
or you can come from a spiritual aspect where it says, or it can come from that spiritual aspect where you're supposed to help people. In need.
And they use it against you.
And then they use that against you. Because well, you see that I need.
But you can have a no and a person says you being stuck up or you ain't, you being mean or you just don't want to give it to them. And it's like he said, you don't know a person's situation though. Like, because with all this money becomes all these bills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
all these kids.
Yeah. So, I mean, financially, I think we all know kind of where that go and who you could be around and who you depending on or who could be whoever they are when it comes to a financial situation. Because most of the time when you help a person financially, you know who you helping.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of know what you get yourself into.
Yeah, but who's supposed to help you?
Don't give it if you can't lose it anyway.
Right. But who's supposed to help you? I mean, I really sat down and I thought about it. I really don't have anyone that I could truly call that's within, I would say, my family. And I'm not just saying my biological family, but when I say my family, I don't know if I know anyone that I could call that I feel comfortable with asking for anything financially.
But is it because you feel like they're going to look down on you? They're going to say no, or they're going to say you really don't need no help? Like, why do you?
All of it. Okay, so there are very few that I can actually borrow money from. And then those that I feel like I could borrow money from, they're going to want to know why. When I loan out money, I don't ask why. I just need to know, do you plan to pay it back or not? And I never give without knowing that I don't have it to give because I'm probably not going to get it back. But yeah, I do feel like, because people look at me as that responsible person. So why are you needing? Yeah. You're the saver. You're the one that.
From asking.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Because why do you need details about this?
But when
especially when my intention is to give it back.
But when you're in a financial state, though, like, and I believe most of us are, you're a homeowner, you know what I'm saying? So people look at you at a different kind of stage.
Right.
So even when you need, you're probably going to ask somebody on that level. You're not going to go to nobody, so to speak. I hate to use the word.
To you help. But you're not going to go to the people you help and ask for help. But again, it doesn't have to be monetary. Like you might need money and I might need a babysitter. Mm-hmm. But you're still never available for me. So I've now stopped asking you. And now I've had to redo my whole schedule and everything.
Or when you just need that ear.
Yes.
But they create.
You used to, like, that's another one. You use, like, for me, just from my perspective, I'm a good ear. People call me to get things off of their chest.
Not me.
And.
No, not me.
I feel like a lot of times for me, I mean, part of it is my own doing. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, just growing up, seeing my mother, I think it came from that. Never complain.
Right.
I just deal with it. whatever it is, I deal with it. Even being married, I don't even talk about everything with my wife. You know what I mean? Unless it's something serious. But usually that's what writing raps used to do. It was therapy.
It was a release, yeah.
You get it off of you. You write your raps, put it in your rhymes, and then you just leave it at that.
And there was no judgment there either. Yeah. So that's why you did it. That was your outlet.
Because I didn't go for, an ear to listen to me. It might be the smallest thing and boom.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It creates resentment.
Yeah.
It creates resentment when you don't have the support that you need, or when so much pressure's on you, then it creates resentment towards that person. And so I can testify to that. Like my husband, of course, he's the closest person to me. We don't have any children, so it's just me and him. And so what ends up happening is that I end up resenting him, even though he didn't necessarily do anything to me. And then it's hard for me to apologize. And it takes me a long time to apologize.
Hey, Daddy, when you edit that, make sure you play that twice. For all the men.
Run that back for the people in the back.
Look, she's honest.
But then I end up having to apologize, which then there's more resentment. And I'm disappointed because now I had to apologize. So it creates resentment when it's not reciprocated.
Yeah.
And the question was, who am I if I needed to ask for something, finding someone that's on that same level, whether it's financially, mentally, emotionally, whatever it might be. I struggle with that too. I struggle with that as well. Because again, when you're the helper and now you're needing to go to someone for help, it's still difficult.
Yeah, because all their issues are still weighed on you and you don't want to.
Or you don't want them to know.
Ask for help. This is my problem.
Yeah,
I can't speak for nobody else.
Don't
and
want
I feel like I'm a helper. And it doesn't always have to end up financially. I'm talking about whatever it is. If I need help, and I'm blessed to say I got a lot of people around me that can help me if I need help, and I think a lot of people know what I stand for. So if I fall myself in a crunch, people don't really hesitate to help me because they know what I do. But I think what hurts me to ask for help is I don't want the judgment. Like, don't look at me like, oh, you doing all that stuff for them kids, and the mama's out there doing it.
Yeah.
So how you fall like this? Like, you need to find something else to do with your life. Yeah. Like, no, I don't. Like, this is what I am. This is what I'm doing.
Right.
And even when I'm asking you for help, and I think this is what people misconstrue, I can ask you for help, whether it's financial, emotionally, whatever. Doesn't mean I couldn't go nowhere else to get it.
Right.
I found comfort in you.
Right, exactly.
You know
and now you created it. And that's what I don't like. If I find comfort in you, and then now there's this issue, whether it's the questions.
I definitely shut myself right off.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then it becomes,
and it makes you not want to ask anyone else.
Yeah,
it becomes a trust issue.
When you go to the one person you find comfort in, and then it's like, wow, you did all that, you said all that, you gave me all that attitude and all those questions. Wow,
yeah.
I wouldn't do you that way. It makes you not even want to ask for help again.
Yeah,
I got two things on that. Number one, what you just said, it took me, a pretty long time in my life to realize that I had to stop expecting me from other people.
Come on, Pastor.
Or that,
and big facts right there.
People don't always see everything the same way I do. Or that you not going to necessarily do for me what I would do for you. But number two, I forgot the other thing I was going to say.
You wasn't drinking.
But that was yeah. It's serious because and that'll create resentment too.
Yes.
Because you got this expectation in your head.
See, and
if you don't make it to that bar, you shouldn't.
I agree, but it shouldn't because I don't expect me from people. I have, but I've learned because
it's a wrap.
Not to, because you might not think like I think. You don't perceive things the way I perceive things. You don't view things, and that's why you come to me for help because you don't do the way.
That's how I look at the world. Period. It's no more how things should be. That long ago.
No.
So y'all ain't never been
how it is. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about.
Y'all ain't never been in a situation where somebody be like, well, I did this for you.
Yes.
And then you trying to fight back to say what you did, but you did it so genuinely that you can't even remember.
The stuff.
Like, I didn't even do it to even bring it back. Yeah. Like, so what is you talking about? Like,
exactly.
I hate a person that says and does.
I mean, people do
not
it.
really.
Keeps
I'm
count.
usually the one that is the doer.
Yeah, but why are you keeping count? But
it's not a
one of my
you
guy
shouldn't
friends
keep
said
score.
that. He said, I hate to date a woman and she's always saying, I watched the kids, I did this, I did that. I said, well, wait, why do you feel like she's doing that? Is she doing it out of hurt? Like, is she trying to remind you of the time she helped you and she felt like you weren't grateful or showed any type of appreciation? Because how did you repay her in return? So that's the same thing. She's helping you, and in return, you're hurting her. So even though you can't physically say, well, I paid your bills, I did this, she's telling you, I helped you and you're not giving me any help in return.
Yeah, it got to be reciprocity. You see that? Shout out to Lauren Hill.
Look at you.
Shout out to Lauren Hill.
Who's on the way?
Oh, but I know what I know what I was gonna say. The other thing was like, you got people that really don't want to see you win.
Yeah.
So
are they the closest ones?
Like, if Anthony always talking
they want
about,
you to win, they just don't want you to win before them.
Get your money right, save your money, blah 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 blah. If he ever came and asked the wrong person, first thing they're gonna be like, so what happened? You always this, that,
exactly.
and that. That lets you know right there. Or being a positive person. Like if I'm only positivity. If I have a bad day, that's the only thing
you can remember.
Them negative people gonna focus on. You know what I mean? And probably laughing inside like, oh, look at these great things are supposed to happen to me. They don't apparently not so great. You know what I mean? And they can be real close to you.
I gave Landon that example before, my middle boy. I said, Landon, you have to watch out for people who, when you say it's sunny, they say, but it's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
Look, it
rained yesterday.
Yeah, stay away from people like that. That's not the kind of energy you need. You trying to see the positive, and they trying to find some negative around somehow. But that is all. Helpers do that. Helpers do that too, though, because like she said, when she asks for help, she don't need to know why. But you have some people who don't want to ask that need it. They go to a helper who probably doesn't have it, and they get in fear too. The help sometimes is in fear.
I'm gonna give you an example. Everybody knows what I do as far as the football.
I have no idea what you do.
Well, okay.
Do you play?
Yeah. I'm a teacher, like a real teacher. But I'm saying everybody knows, the football situation. And I'm telling you, I've reached out, and I'm not throwing no names out. I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad or none of that. But I've reached out to guys and said, hey, look, we trying to do this for the league or do this, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z. And, well, bro, it's tight, or you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, and we know what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like these same guys, I can go and we chilling and we hanging with, and I'm watching you throw this money, like, dude, like these kids really like it. You could have paid for it. Like you didn't have to hand me $1 at all. You could have just
plenty of speakers that'll tell you, man. You'll find out what you love if you check a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
That'll show you everything you need to know.
That's
like,
true.
Okay.
That is true.
I see where it is.
But what I'm saying is, though, I don't think you get blessed without blessing others. You know what I'm saying? You can have $1 million, but if you don't have $1 million to spend, you don't really have no money. You know what I mean? So, like, if you don't have it to give out or to bless others or let people see, because I don't mind going dead broke for these kids. I swear to God, because I know some of these kids don't get an experience of getting out of Indiana. Like football is a tool we use to get them to get over. So whether it's take them on a trip or make them play other people, I don't care if you go and lose every game. You got to experience the hotel, the chilling. You know what I'm saying? And I might go home and have to figure it out. Like,
communication skills, think about that.
You know what I'm saying? But then you get that phone call, oh, Coach King, I just got my first letter to go D1. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it all made it worth it. It doesn't really matter. But I don't think nobody realized.
Monetarily, the time you put in, it makes it worth it.
At that point, the only help I might have had was a reflection I seen in the mirror to not give up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that you got to just keep fighting and hopefully people see.
And that's true. Ultimately, the helper helps themselves. That's who helps the helper.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I'm a psychotherapist, and so with my clients, when I first meet them, I always say, I'm here to help you help yourself because nobody can help you like you can.
Right.
So I'm just here to assist, because if you're not careful, they want you to do it. And then they can blame you.
Yeah.
And they might lean on that pill. You know what I'm saying? So, like, no, all jokes aside. So, like, people who deal with mental illness, like, the pill is, and I know a little bit. I don't know a lot. You know what I'm saying? My degree is,
Tell us about it, sir.
I tattle with it a little bit. You can take that pill, and it's going to help block some of it. But in reality, you have to pick yourself up.
Yeah, that's the same thing as when I used to drink. I didn't have conversations about it. Like, it got to the point where,
as I said,
all right, but you doing it socially.
Yeah,
we was all right. Bad day, better go drink.
Good day.
We just made a bunch of money. Let's go drink. Such and such out of jail. Let's go drink. Such and such died.
Why are we drinking with?
Had a baby. Let's go drink.
Why are we drinking with?
Rainy outside. Let's go drink. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it turns into a crutch.
Yeah.
And then me being pretty good in the neighborhood, I was a crutch to help the alcoholics drink. You know what I mean? And that's another thing about me. not asking for help. When you grow up, a lot of times in adverse situations, you can't show weakness.
No.
And as a man and as a black man, we supposed to be gangster at all times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can't show an ounce of weakness.
And I would say that too, and I piggyback, and we don't got to go into detail, but there's only been one time in my life where I feel like, well, let me reach out to Danny and see if he need me. And when I did, and I'm sure he'll attest to it, I said, hey, you cool, bro? Can I? No, I'm straight. And I knew you wasn't. I'm like, no way. Like, I'm cool. Like, you wouldn't even accept the help though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if that gave me 2 tallies to be like, oh, well, he was there, he was real. But in reality, like you said, some helpers don't want the help. So at that point, you can't be mad and say who helps to help because you might not want the help. Like, I don't want the help if it's going to come with restriction. Mm-hmm. You can keep it.
Or with a leash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can keep it.
You know what I mean? Nah, I'm cool.
You can keep it.
Nope.
I don't even want it.
Who's that? Nate? Yeah. I'm in a bind, Nate. You might not want that kind of help.
But I mean, sometimes,
little leash.
And I'm not trying to. I don't want to say this to people try to take it personal, but I mean, sometimes we're in situations, especially being married, and you be like, I mean, I think it's bad when you want to look over your right and ask for help and you can't sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't that they can't do it. Either you feel like they don't want to, or it's going to be repercussions behind asking. Or I could have got drunk and gambled my money away or whatever, but I know I got to go touch the joint to get myself back straight, and I don't want to explain, but you want to be like, you know who you dealt with. Like, at the end of the day, like, it might be my money I'm touching back. Like, I don't got to explain all that. But I think that's bad when you get in them kind of situations. But in the same sense, it's a good thing because now you're being held accountable. So, I mean, it's a gift and a curse. Right. It's out of coin, like you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it's tough really to decipher. Like,
but again, as the helper, it's hardest to go to the people that you're closest to. So therefore, you end up resenting and taking it out on them.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't even know why. I'm sorry, husband.
Hey, but Beyonce concert. And she started crying when she was singing the Jay.
Hey, for real though. And a lot of times you do hurt the closest people. Like,
oh yeah, you have a bad day.
But you know why? Because that's where you can be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. I needed something from you and you couldn't do it, but I can be vulnerable with Tammi. I can cry with her and say, this wasn't fair, and I can yell at her and scream at her, and I don't mean to, but I can't be that with you. You just shut me out. Not only did you shut me out, you belittled me for needing you.
I've had to apologize to my kids for having a bad day.
Ooh, yes.
I know I have. Like, hey, look, Daddy was tripping.
That's a special kind of strength, man, that a lot of people don't have, is being able to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I was tripping.
And it's something you have to practice.
I just apologized to Landon on the way over here.
Definitely did.
See, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. You have to practice.
Yeah.
You definitely have to practice because.
But sometimes people wait on apologies that ain't even.
Half the time I can't remember what I said or did. So if you're still mad at me about something I did like 5 minutes ago, you might have to remind me.
Yeah.
I just know I mess up, but like you said, I don't always know when it is. But I have no issue apologizing.
I have no issue apologizing.
But some things I'm not gonna apologize.
Yep.
My wife, I know my beautiful, wonderful, lovely wife is not the best. that comes with the.
I haven't heard an apology in 16 years. That makes me feel better.
I'm gonna tell you right now, she don't.
Straight up though, but yeah, man.
Nah, that's the whole conversation.
Back to helping.
I get gestures. Yeah. Like, I don't get apologies. I be like, oh, that's her way of saying she's sorry. But I mean, you might get what you doing, big head text or something.
Yeah.
That did not stop. What you did last night did not just fix that.
For real. Or
you helped the helper.
Call you upstairs and ask you a silly ass question that you like, okay, that was the apology. Yeah. That was the apology.
Straight
right
temperature check.
We ain't talked in 2 days. Right. Now you just asked me about, does this light bulb look brighter than normal? Like, all right,
my apology is usually I forgot what we were arguing about, and then I'll just start talking to you again. Like, I can go days without talking to my husband, but then I forget what I was mad about. So I end up talking to him anyway.
I can do it. I learned from
if you forget why you stopped talking, it wasn't that important.
Might have been at the moment, though.
Yeah, in the moment. Mm-hmm.
Not if I forget. Listen.
See, I think, okay, let's go
I'm
back
good
to
at letting stuff go.
I'm not.
See, you like my husband.
Let's go like to who helped the helper.
It's frustrating to a person like me.
Who helps to help? So like if you know, like I feel like you should know your significant other enough. So if you fight in the world, when you get home, that's a
you don't want to fight when you get home. My
I'm just saying, like,
but
that in the street.
you also want to feel supported when you get home.
Yes.
You also want to feel supported when you get home. That's the other thing. So my husband and I, we have to consciously make it a point to ask one another, "How was your day?"
I got on my kids about that
because we're helpers.
Yeah,
our field, we're helpers, and so we're helping people all day. We don't think to come home and ask one another,
and help some more.
How was your day? Do you need anything?
I have trained my children now to do that because.
See, I wouldn't even wanted to train.
No, well, they needed to know because I always was coming in saying, "How was your day? How was school? Would you eat? What happened?" And wasn't nobody asking me shit.
And you get resentment.
Wasn't nobody, yeah. So one day I come home and I gotta wash the dishes. I gotta mop. Lauren needs help. I said, y'all don't ask me shit. Y'all don't ask me how my day was. Y'all don't ask me did I eat lunch. Y'all don't ask me nothing. Now, soon as Levin comes downstairs, hey mom, how was work? Even if it's not always genuine. Don't get me wrong, but he asks. So then when I start talking, if I actually have something to say, he's like, "Oh, why did that happen? Why?" Yeah. And that's the thing.
Like, you able to release it. Yeah.
You want them to be able to communicate. But you know what?
Too. That's crazy because back to my mama, I remember when I got old enough, and now I feel like the asshole because after I got old enough to really have an opinion, when she come home talking shit and cussing, I was like, "Why you gotta ruin everybody else's day because you having a bad day?" You know what I mean?
I mean, she might
try to ruin my day.
But she went where she could be vulnerable. Home. She could vent.
In hindsight, you know what I mean? We ain't never check up on her or nothing. We trying to see when she get off so
my
that
mother
we can have
and myself,
at the house
we check
all
each
day.
other. We text each other every day halfway through my shift because she goes to work after me. I have every day a text from her that says, "How is your day going?" And then like today, I asked her how was her day. She said,
do you know how much? But do you know how much that helps though? I mean, because you never know. Just you might let it out.
A lot
as a helper.
Yeah.
Just someone taking a minute.
Not even.
But me and my wife is saying, "No, we can go days without talking in the house." I can literally.
Like when you upset.
Yeah. I can literally. I mean. Thank God for being blessed, and it's big enough. You know what I'm saying? You can go up in the room, take your shower, and I can go downstairs immediately.
I've never
you know
made
what I'm saying?
it a
like we don't.
Like I'll be mad, and then
No, because I'm big on not.
See that?
And I ain't mad.
I might not be mad, but I learned how to be petty.
I grew up on an argument.
You know what I mean? I learned that. I
grew up in the screaming and yelling and
anybody. I can do it, man. I'm telling you. One time when I was younger, it was something my mama did not want me doing that I was doing, and we went days in the apartment. You know what I mean?
The little apartment.
Right next to each other. Not a word said. You know what I mean? So then when I got older and I had to deal with it with my wife.
See, but I think
Gucci.
What they say?
You had my petty hat on. That's what I call it.
What they say?
You're a professional.
They say less is best sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So